Okay, we are live for the big game. Thought that would be fun. So far, let's check this poll. Thunderbirds at 71%. You guys just really hate the Caps. Or is it just Mahomes? So far, what we have here is just a little bit of background before the big game. Mike Evans, please save us. Yeah, I thought the Mike Evans photo was it was like a Renaissance painting. Very majestic. And so here we start with a look at each team's kind of X factors going into it. Want to make sure we're all caught up here. Obviously, we all know Patrick Mahomes. He's been on a tear, and hope the mic's coming through. I'm calling this the Waffle Bowl. Yeah, gotta call it the Waffle Bowl. Waffle Bowl 1. And so you can tell from the top, Patrick Mahomes, X Factor. But Max Crosby, we can't forget about Max. Thunderbirds, they're known for their defense. Number 2, and we should also report some injuries going into it. Thunderbirds, a clean bill of health. And if you know the NFL or the Waffle, it's almost the healthiest teams at the end of the year that win it. So not too many injuries this year. There's the huge Derek Carr catastrophe where he basically got lit up and died, and so did the Sentinel season. But Thunderbirds, Caps, pretty injury free. So Andrew Thomas, he's out, but he's been out. I think he started the year on the IR. Or if he wasn't, he got hurt really, really early on. And then, of course, the Scott, the safety, 68 overall, not really a factor. He's injured too. So both teams, no real big obstacles, I don't think. Hashtag ban Mahomes from the Waffle. I don't know. How do you ban a 99 overall player? That just seems a little off. But we'll see. Can't escape Mahomes. If Mahomes somehow wins, we need to ban him. Oh, more banning. What happened to Derek Carr? Oh, yeah, he got hurt. He got knocked out of the season. Like 6 weeks in, he had a season-ending injury. And then the Pastronaut, Josh Dobbs, had to come in, but they lost like 5 of the last 7 and missed the playoffs? Yeah, they missed it. Sad. They were good. Think all the way back many, many months ago, the Waffle looked a bit different than it does now. A lot of teams that started fast kind of lost their steam in the opposite. Like teams like the Huskies and Desperados, they were 0-3. They really made a comeback, made a run in the playoffs. So there's injuries. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups, because there's so many teams and so many games to get through. We don't often get a deep dive on the starting rosters. So right from the get-go, Thunderbirds, there's Tannehill on a playoff run. Pretty bad regular season. He's been super inaccurate. Well, I don't know. Completion percentage has been pretty low overall. But they're a running team, so they're low in the passing yards category, but pretty average running. And getting another look at this offense, you kind of see he's got weapons. Mike Evans, 93, unheard of. And then even their low mark on the guard spot. Pete and Scherf, they're solid. Some would say better than that. Foster Moreau, not amazing at tight end, but we've seen him make plays. He's pretty serviceable tight end. Big week last week. And so it's kind of weird to see. It's like, does it fall on Tannehill's shoulders? You put Mahomes with this roster? I mean, protection, elite, weapons. You say B plus, A minus, because Harris has had a good year. So no surprise Thunderbirds made it this far. They've actually got talent. It just depends on Tannehill, I guess, if he wants to lock in for a game or what. And so now defense, this is where they lock teams down, especially in the playoffs. The Desperados ran into the Thunderbirds buzzsaw on D. Crosby, 98. He's been in almost every highlight, every game. High 80s corners on each side. Gonzalez, Horn, that's important. D-line, kind of a B minus, C plus D-line. Not amazing, but they make up for it at the linebacker spot because Campbell, he's 91. Solid safeties, so I think the fact that it's number 2 defense, So what this game is showing me is that Crosby, you have an elite edge rusher and a star linebacker, solid corners, and that's all you need to lock it down. You don't need the amazing D line. Also running a 3-4 because they have the Lions Campbell playbook. So there's the defense, special teams. Stonehouse, the punter, Sloman, the kicker. So both of these teams, you'll see the kicking game, not the strongest, but they've gotten by. Not too many big missed kicks this year. The only exception was the Desperados divisional round game where we had, missed kicks left, right, and center, and then finally the big one at the end. And then Edwards at return man. If you think all the way back to week 2, the Thunderbirds had a games in the North, especially that tough division, but they have battled back in a real way. So kudos to them. But here is the Caps offense, dynamic offense. Ingram at tight end, one of the best tight ends. Solid line across the board. Weak at left tackle. If only they had Thomas, then Mahomes even more deadly. So you could, if you're rooting against Mahomes, like so many of you are, I think you got to root for Crosby off the edge, taking advantage of that weak spot, Brown at left tackle. Because Mahomes 99, Robinson 82, hasn't been that big of a factor. When they've lost, it's been Mahomes has played average during the regular season. And of course, the playoffs, this underdog, road dog winning streak, and then Olave and Godwin, a big part of that. They're always open, seems like. Taysom Hill doesn't do much, but there he is. They got him slotted in at fullback. And the defense. Here was the weak spot. Playing good in the playoffs. Running the 4-3. They got Coach McDermott at the helm. So Bills playbook, Bills D. And you can see Joseph and Edwards at safety. Average safeties, above average, I guess. The real anchor, Wilson, 89 overall. I think that's the highest. Yeah, highest overall there. And for a 4-3 defense, kind of weak edge rushers, right? Jacob Martin, he's had his moments, actually. Especially in the wild card, he's tackled or sacked Snowhawks QB Trevor Lawrence to win that one, to seal that goal line stand. So that was cool. But corners, Sante Samuel, he's good. Nate Hobbs, also good, but not great. So defense going into this game, I don't know, will they hold up? We just saw the Thunderbirds, they do have weapons. If Tannehill's on, they could exploit this defense. And so special teams, Pat O'Donnell, Podlesny, not great in the special teams department. So Hawkins at return man hasn't done much this year. No magical Brian Edwards moment to win a game. So there we have it. A little bit of background before we get into this thing. Both teams, they're the real deal. I think the only other team you could argue was more loaded was the Shamrocks, maybe. The 1 seeds that went down early. Taysom Hill looks like CMC's older brother. Yeah. All right. So I think we are ready. Let me just go over what's this poll looking like. So nearly 50 votes so far, and big Thunderbird crowd. Everyone wants the Birds. 17% Caps and 13% don't take sides. That was either going to be don't take sides or I just want everyone to have fun. All right, Thunderbird fans riding with Tannehill and the Birds. What else we missed? We got some messages retracted. Oh, Mahomes. If Mahomes win, exile him to the Lumberjacks. There is an interesting sort of idea I thought about. Maybe not with this franchise, but you could try Mahomes like going to a new team every year. But then that's just the way it went. Fantasy draft. Caps mostly got the first pick, I assume. So they deserve it. Bro, Caps are going to win. There's no stopping Mahomes in real life or in Madden. Thunderbirds flock. Let's fly. All right. With that, that's a good send-off point. So let me know in the chat, are you ready to get this game on the road? Get it started. Thunderbird percentage dropping in the polls. Uh-oh. Maybe a look at the roster to change some minds. Men still have him win? Yeah, probably. All right, I'm ready. Are you guys ready to start this game? All right, we got one yes. We've got the file pulled up right here. Thunderbirds versus Caps. Here we go. USA, representing the USA, we got the Caps coming out of the American side. The international side is our Toronto, the Canadian North Division champs. If you want to make this interesting, turn off abilities. Oh, interesting, yeah. I thought about turning off the home field advantage too, but it didn't even matter because the Caps been going on the road. All right, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. No Brandon Gaudin, no Charles Davis. It's console QB in the WAFL League Championship. There's the team ranks. I forgot to put that one up. I put in a few slides in here so we could see. There's number 1 offense versus number 2 defense. Classic matchup. We've seen it before. Super Bowls past when the Broncos had number 1 offense, Seahawks number 1 D. And in that case, the defense won out. O'Donnell back to kick off here. Taysom Hill ready to make a hit. And here we go. Oh, forgot to mention 15-minute quarters. How about that? No commercials, though, so it'll go by quicker than you think. We're off to a good start. Down to the 27. Tannehill with the ball first. And there's a quick look at that roster one more time. I'm amazed by the line. 390 overall linemen. That's tough to get. So they drafted well. I mean, they drafted the Dan Campbell way. Tough in the trenches. Here we go. Will McDonald. Just as I was saying, the Caps D-line was no good earlier. Starts the game off with a sack. So pumping up the Caps offense, but the Caps defense giving Tannehill fits. That's 3 Caps in the backfield already. Fried chicken and waffles for the winning team. Oh, that's a good idea. Tannehill on second down. 2nd and 20 over the middle, and that's dropped. That was a tough grab, but would have been a tough grab. And so now the Thunderbirds backed all the way up. Not the start you want, but Tannehill stepping up, and that pass is broken up. So unfortunately for the Thunderbirds, quick 3 and out. We burned about a minute off the clock. And now Caps. They're going to start at the 35. Only 20% of the votes in favor of the Caps. And there's another look. Mahomes 99. Crosby 98 off the edge. So there's your chess match. Can the rush get to Mahomes before he can get to his weapons? The QB does scramble pretty far back. There's been some horrible sacks this year. They lose a lot of ground. And the Caps start with a little 5-yard gain there. And second down's a run. Brian Robinson. Ooh, shaking. Ooh, kind of leveled there at the end. Thought he might have had something. Thunderbirds locking him down. So 3rd down and 5 for the Caps. And 15-minute quarters, but I think it'll go pretty smoothly. There is a play clock cap. Keep things moving. And the Caps, they're moving. First down. That's Evan Ingram. Little safety net for Mahomes. No Travis Kelce in this league for him, but Ingram is a solid substitute. Then 1st and 10, little swing out. Taysom Hill, some touches. Picks up 5. QB to QB. Always a funny combo. And now here are the Caps. Oh, jumping. False start. So big game jitters for the Caps. Number 73. Forgot who that was, but they're going to be backed up. 2nd and 10. Just imagine a commercial. Darius 20 drops Mahomes Nuggies. All right, 4-yard scamper for Robinson. Now 3rd and 6. They converted last time. And at midfield, 3 receivers out to the left. We'll see if Mahomes goes to Godwin or Olave. And it's Olave. First down, Caps. They're moving it. My favorite WAFL team, I kind of like that dark green of the Shamrocks. I think the Shamrocks uniforms are pretty cool. That would be my answer, I guess, right off the cuff. I don't mind the Caps with the red and blue. They kind of look like the Bills a little bit. But the Thunderbirds alternates actually look like a Tampa Bay, like the early Buccaneers, like creamsicles. That's not bad. And first down from the 30, Mahomes. Trying to go back to Hill, looks like, but swatted away. Crosby in coverage, I think, there. So the rare drop into coverage for your 98 overall pass rusher, but... And now Crosby blitzing and getting the sack. Nice little move inside there. So he's all over the place early. Deflecting passes and sacking Mahomes. So that's a big sack because we're probably out of field goal range. Remember, Podlesny's only 68 or 9 overall. He's not great. And here, nearly intercepted. J.C. Horn back there. So Thunderbirds defense tightening up here on the back end. And now a big 4th down decision. Caps want to kick this one, but it just might be out of range. We'll see. He's made some from this distance before. And it's close. He missed it. Let's see this replay. 0. And it ends up with 0. Looks like it was wide left. So 37-yarder, you tack on, or 37-yard line, you tack on 17. So 54 yards for that attempt. And it's a miss. So now we know his limit. That was close. And Thunderbird's going to get this ball. And Najee Harris off and running. Huge 17-yard gain. And now the Thunderbirds are driving near the 39-yard line. So Caps defense is their weak spot. They do have Logan Wilson, kind of their standout at linebacker, but this line is so good, as we've seen for the Thunderbirds. They might be able to push him around. Although they have given up a sack, despite their book tackles being 90-plus overall. And now 2nd and 9 coming up. Tannehill going back to Harris. Harris, not a lot of room. So now they're in the 37. Kind of knocking at the door, nearing that field goal range where the Caps just were. 3rd and 8. And Tannehill backing up, firing it to his right. And that's caught down the sideline. Who was that? Foster Moreau. Moreau with the big play down to the 5-yard line. That was a 32-yard pass. Let's see this replay. I mean, the pocket was pretty clean. Tannehill just getting a better look, rolling out to his right. And so nice over-the-shoulder toss. And here we go, 1st and goal. Thunderbird's going 5 wide, and Tannehill firing to his left, and just a 1-yard gain there. And so second and goal, 4-yard line, handoff, off tackle, and 1 more yard gained. So we'll have third and goal from the 3. How's the draft prospects for next season? Draft prospects looks pretty good. I think it'll be good for the Aviators. A lot of good defensive draft, I think. Tannehill, just barely gets that one away. So under pressure, forces the field goal, looks like, unless they want to get aggressive. We know the Dan Campbell kind of motto is go for it on 4th, but no, they're going to take the points and take this lead potentially in the Waffle Bowl. They've got it. Easy one for Sloman. Chips it in, and so Thunderbirds are up. 5:54 left in the first, and Thunderbirds have the lead. The game ended right now. Thunderbirds will be Waffle champions, taking home the Syrup Cup. All right, here come the Caps. Round 2. Offense very nearly got 3, and so let's see if they can do better this time. We got Olave and Godwin on the outside. They're handing off to Robinson with a ton of room. He only got 7, but it was wide open to start. Just reading the comments there, and another handoff. Ooh, fighting. Stiff arm, falling forward. So Robinson, some tough running, but inches short, 30 inches now, with 4:40 left in the first. And Mahomes, quick drop back, and that was tightly contested. Campbell, one of the better pass kind of coverage linebackers, and he's in the area forcing the punt. So 4th and inches on their own 31. Caps are going to play it safe. And now Thunderbirds with the lead and the ball back. There's Edwards back to return. Good return man, but doesn't get much on that one. Here comes Tannehill, the savior of the league. Everyone is riding on him, and 62% want the Thunderbirds to win still. It's kind of evened out a little bit. It was high 70s, 80s. And Harris on first down. Some tough running, but he is lit up at the end. Just like Robinson on the Caps. He's running tough, but there's just not a lot of room right now. And an offensive breakdown. Pretty balanced. 5 passes, 5 rushes. And Tannehill's going to rush it. Sliding down just short of the first down. 3rd and 3 coming up. Little 7-yard scamper. Tannehill can move. Former receiver. Can be scrambly at times. Checks it down. And Mike Evans putting his head down and getting the first. So now Thunderbirds nearing midfield. Here we go, first down, Thunderbirds. That's Juju Smith-Schuster in motion, but it's a handoff to Najee Harris. Only gets 2, but it was a hard 2. He was stiff-arming one defender and always falling forward for a few extra yards, so that's good. 2nd and 8. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. First already done here, and Tannehill taking off again. Kind of the Caps rushing up to meet him, so he slides, and now 3rd and 6. Gotta wonder if they get 4th and short, they're gonna go for it. They've been aggressive all year, and that throw just off the mark. No pressure. Mike Evans was open. Not a good sign for Tannehill, and so you're in this awkward field position where you got to punt it now. And Stonehouse, he's a good punter. Can he pin him back deep? And he gets him inside the 20, inside the 15, at the 13. So a minute to go in the first. Here come the Caps for the number 1 offense in the league. It's been a rough offensive start. Thunderbirds, highly rated defense, clamping them down, and here a sack. Mahomes takes a big hit, and the ball came loose, I believe. Heads up play by the lineman to dive on that one, but the Caps are going to get the ball back at the 1. Sebastian Joseph Day wrecked Mahomes. Shoulder charge to the face, and he just dropped the ball. That would have been a huge momentum swing if the Thunderbirds would have got that. So Mahomes under duress so far, and here on second down, trying to force that one. Not a lot of room to throw. Things are looking dicey so far. And now here, they're just trying to avoid the safety, I would imagine, running up the gut. Oof, that looked not a good sign when you're in the end zone paint, and your running back shifting like that. All right, so they avoid the safety, but they are punting out of the back of their end zone. And this one barely gets to midfield, and with a little return, the Thunderbirds are going to have amazing field position inside the 40-yard line. So already a 5-yard gain will put them into field goal range. As we end the first quarter, these two teams are close. 3-0. Offense or defense. The American Conference representative versus the international representative here. Just a short trip away in Canada. I almost wanted to call an interception there. Had it on the tip of my tongue. Sanborn had the Tannehill throw in his hand, so Tannehill given a gift. Another chance here at life. 2nd and 10. And moving to his right, he throws. Tightly contested, but Foster Moreau, he's been the bright spot for this offense. Second catch, 42 yards. And now Tannehill hands it off to Najee Harris. Gets the first, stumbles a little bit. Some more hard running, and there goes Jacob Martin. He's going to take a seat, holding his shoulder, looks like. Caps already thin at D-line. And so 1st and 10, going back to Najee. Great blocking. Going off tackle and down to the 11-yard line. He's 8 for 41. Just broke it wide open there. So now Thunderbirds in the red zone. Tannehill throwing quick out to his right and very closely contested. Juju Smith-Schuster might have had his hands on that one. That's a mouthful. I'm just going to say Juju. And 2nd and 10 is a handoff. Harris sheds one tackle. Kind of propelled forward a little bit extra by the other two defenders. And now Thunderbirds inside the 5. 3rd and 3. Last time they couldn't punch it in from the 4. And now Tannehill hit as he throws. But this one is caught. There's Smith-Schuster coming up clutch. He got hit as well. That was a tough one. We got to see this replay. Tannehill taking one on the chin, stepping and delivering. Right on the money. Makes up for the missed throw last time. And so Thunderbirds up 9-0 towards the beginning of the second quarter. And with the extra point, they go up 10. So here are the Thunderbirds in control. This Dan Campbell team has really hit its peak towards the end of the playoffs. They demolished the Desperados, if you remember that game. Put up 41, I believe. Just been getting better and better as the seasons went on. Definitely a surprise from looking back earlier in the season and seeing how they had sort of a slow start. And now Caps. They're going to have to get pass happy. And that one throw, 1 first down to Godwin. So the good news is when you have Mahomes and you have these weapons, even if you're down, throwing is your strong suit. Number 1 in passing. So here they go again. 1st and 10, Mahomes trying to roll out of the pocket, but he is swallowed up. Thunderbirds defense has been ferocious so far in the first half. Mahomes sacked at least 3 times already, plus that fumble he nearly lost. very nearly got rid of it. He was looking for his back. Looks like Robinson has a little safety valve, but in trouble. And here we go, 2nd and 20, Mahomes. He really fired that one out to his right. Put a lot of heat on that ball, got 6 yards. There's Mike Jackson Sr. moonwalking his way into coverage. And 3rd down. Caps. Yeah, Mahomes stepping up, looked like he might run, but there's Evan Ingram wide open. And he fumbles at the end of this run. He might have been down, but the Thunderbirds scoop it up and run it back across the 45-yard line. We're going to need some refs on this and multiple replays. And tied up here. He tries to extend for an extra yard, it looks like. And the Thunderbirds recover. And here comes their offense back out on the field. So Thunderbirds actually got this one. Wow, just when the Caps were starting to get a little momentum. Oh, here comes the late review. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. In every Super Bowl, Mahomes has been down by 10. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. That is true. And the refs call this in favor of the Caps. So, fumbled, negated, Caps with the ball at the 41. Ingram with a big gain there. And now Mahomes. Gonna check it down. Alec Pierce. I believe number 16. Yep, there he is. Getting a little feisty. Saw some pushing and shoving it. Going live. Thunderbirds gave up a field goal. I think we're back. It was going fine. It said excellent signal strength, and then it just dropped. So I don't know. So the Caps were held to a field goal, 10-3. What I'll do after the live stream is I'll cut up a little short version so we all can rewatch the highlights. But the good news is it's a long game. We missed a little bit. We basically missed nothing. But Tannehill with the ball. And that one swatted away. If he intercepted that, he had pick 6 written all over that one. But Mahomes black magic, I know. So is everyone good then? Because I didn't even realize it at first. All right, 4th and 9. So Thunderbirds now kind of hit a lull. Once Mahomes pulled the plug, Thunderbirds offense kind of went down this drive. And now this punt taking a beating. DJ Jones this time. Some pressure up the middle. And here we see the replay. You can see the problem. Just like Tannehill, they try to roll out, but the way the pocket was aligned, I think if he steps up, he's in better shape there. All right, now Caps adjusting 5 wide. And now Mahomes stepping up, stepping up. He wanted to run this one. Kind of a herky-jerky movement there, and Thunderbirds with the stop. So 3rd and 17. Yeah, it's like the Harbaugh Bowl where the lights went out. That was so weird. Thunderbirds were up big, but 59%. That's the lowest I've seen for the fan voting. And so Foster Moreau picking up where he left off. Moreau for MVP. And so now Najee Harris running up the gut. Can only get one. Here we go, Thunderbirds. Another run. Harris gets to the 39-yard line, so 3rd and manageable coming up, 3rd and 4. Very nearly 2-minute warning time. And the Thunderbirds don't get it off in time. Okay, so 2 minutes to go until halftime, and the Thunderbirds are up 10-3. Looking like they're going to put some more points up on the board. They're moving the ball. And Tannehill setting up the screen. Couldn't get it over the defense. They had a lot of room to run. We just put a little touch on that ball, a little more arc. But it's swatted away. So here we punt on 4th and 4. Thunderbirds being cautious. I'm surprised we're not seeing the Dan Campbell aggressive, go for it attitude, but can move the ball. They have all 3 timeouts left, so plenty of time. And first down is a solid gain, 6-yard gain. And now Mahomes, 2nd and 4. Gets just enough. Godwin with the catch. Takes a big hit, but moving the chains. A little over a minute to go, Mahomes. He's moving to his right and slings it right down the middle. Splits the defense in 2. That's Olave with the catch. No timeouts yet. We're under a minute. And it's play action. Ooh, Mahomes throwing it into coverage. J.C. Horn very nearly had a pick there. So there the clock stops with 50 seconds, 2nd and 10. And Mahomes slings it out to the right. Evan Ingram, did he get out of bounds? Looks like the clock stops with 45 seconds. 3rd and 7, 4 wideouts. Taysom Hill in the backfield, and Mahomes trying to hit the out route, but swatted away. Thunderbirds defense steps up again. Here comes the punting unit. So very surprising to see the Caps have this much trouble. But that's the Thunderbirds defense. They are for real. All right, let's see what Tannehill can do. 30. Oh, but they let this clock run all the way down. No timeouts. And so one final play before the half, and Tannehill just kind of lobbed it to his back, Harris. And that's how we go into halftime with a 10-3 lead. Thunderbirds so far have dominated with their defense. Mahomes has been sacked multiple times. Both QBs actually very nearly picked. There's been some questionable throws. But here, no denying this throw. From Tannehill to Smith-Schuster. And so here we go into the third. Caps with a chance to tie. Kneeling down to start this third. And so first half, no good for the Caps. Let's see if they can turn things around. I know nobody wants them to turn it around. Yellow. 60% say I want Thunderbirds to win. 29 for Caps and 12 for not taking sides. So out of 77 votes. And there Robinson gets a first. Running game hasn't been so good to start, but second half things could change. And so 1st and 10. Mahomes. He's rolling out to his right. Had a receiver, but he just missed him there. 4. Mahomes got a clean pocket. An open receiver. There's Olave breaking through. 38-yard line is where he's brought down, and now the Caps on a little bit of a drive. Big play, found the gap in the zone. And now the Caps have 3 wideouts. Robinson in the backfield. He takes the handoff. and picks up 5. It didn't look like 5, but good blocking, kind of pushed the line a little bit. And looks like a false start. The second false start. It's so funny. We haven't gotten. We might have gotten 2 false starts like all year long. At least that's what it feels like. And then 2 in the very last game. So interesting time for them to start showing up. But here we go. 2nd and 10. Mahomes fits it in. Tightly covered by Christian Gonzalez, but Olave hangs on. Oh no, incomplete. Okay, so that was close. It looked like he caught it. Now 3rd down from the 38. And the same thing, kind of other side. Ball in the hands of the receiver and then just knocked away at the last second. Pierce couldn't hang on. And so out comes the kicker. Remember, field goal from the 37 didn't work. Now from the 38. No good again. Taysom Hill with a hold. Or no, it's not Taysom Hill. It's number 2. Wide left again. So that's on the coach. The first one you missed from a yard in. And you say, hey, you missed it from 54. Let's try it from 55. See if you feel better. And I'm sure they don't. So leaving some points on the board yet again. And the Thunderbirds take over at the 45. And that's another reason against it. You're giving the Thunderbirds great field position now going forward. And Tannehill checking it down, just getting 3. Nearly intercepted. That was way off the mark. Now Thunderbirds have a 3rd and 7 coming up. Splitting the back out wide. And Tannehill stepping up in the pocket, firing over the middle into coverage, knocked away. And so here comes 4th down and the punt. Here comes Stonehouse. And pins it back deep. Last time to the 13, now to the 14. So Thunderbirds field position and defense game working so far. See if the Caps can get going. And now Mahomes. Oh my goodness. The line is breaking down. No time at all. Mahomes is swallowed up. 6 sacks. And we're only 5 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Now the handoff. Robinson very nearly stuffed in the backfield. Manages to get away and just get something out of it. 2 yards there. And so now it's been the theme all game long. Mahomes on his back foot. 3rd and 15. And now just a dart downfield. Godwin making up for the sack and more, getting to the 35. Replay. He's got clean pocket. And no one went with Godwin, just got behind the zone. And so now the Caps have some breathing room. And the handoff. Robinson stiff arms one defender. And tackled by the next. Just 3-yard gain. Now Mahomes quick drop back, throwing back to Godwin. So Godwin's coming alive here. Mahomes very nearly at the 200-yard passing mark. So Godwin's 7th reception. He's been the go-to guy for the Caps. Thunderbirds, they've been going to Foster Moreau, playing a different game, running and play action to the tight end. And here he's heaving it deep. And jump ball looks like knocked down. But the refs are saying pass interference on J.C. Horn. I don't know about his tough, quick cut, so couldn't really tell if there's some pushing and shoving there. But the Caps with a gift, 15 yards, and now Mahomes grabbing 6 more as they go to 2nd and 4. And on second down, Mahomes firing to his right. And the receiver hangs on. Olave with the first. Now the Caps inside the red zone. Mahomes making a call at the line. And he's going to drop back, roll to his right, and throw it away. Didn't see anything there, I guess. Takes a hit at the end. He's just taking a beating all day. I'm sure everyone likes that. Everyone wants the Thunderbirds to win. And now, play action for Mahomes in the end zone. Taking a huge hit and hanging on is Chris Olave. We got to see a replay of that. He got drilled in the back, but hung on to that one. And so with extra point, we're looking at a tie ball game. Clean pocket. Throwing it up for grabs. And in midair, hangs on. Look at that balance, that control. EA programmed it that way. Yeah, the call led to the touchdown. Can't deny it, but Caps take advantage. And they missed 2 field goals earlier, so they really left 6 points on the board. Could be winning this game, but instead we are tied. So let's see what the Thunderbirds have next. Solid return, getting past the 20. Yeah, Mahomes, the second half QB for sure. But he is facing this Thunderbirds defense, who has been running him ragged all game long. And so Tannehill on first down, hands it off. But the Caps defense swarming on that one. Had Najee Harris absolutely surrounded. And the Thunderbirds lose 3 yards. And 2nd and 13, another run. Harris, though, with some room. Picks up 5. Takes a big hit there. And so Thunderbirds now 3rd and 8. 4 wideouts. We haven't heard much out of Mike Evans yet. Mostly Foster Moreau. Tannehill trying to buy some time. Throws it away. He's 9 of 22. So he... I was going to say hit or miss, but he's been mostly miss. Had a few errant throws. He's only really connected with Foster Moreau and Juju on the touchdown. But not a lot going for the Thunderbirds. And now the Caps with the ball. 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go. And that was the Olave drive. Look at that. 6 receptions, 92 yards, and plenty of left to go. He's going to get over 100. You have to believe. And handoff to Robinson. Daylight and then some. And he breaks the tackle. Not giving up on this run at all. He's 13 of 61 now after that big rush. Caps nearing the 50. And hopefully the stream stays strong. It says excellent connection, but that didn't help before. And Robinson breaking off another solid run. 8 more yards. And now the Caps starting to feel a little dangerous now all of a sudden. Getting the running game going. And here with the rush, a Taysom Hill sighting. So Robinson, he's tired. Just bring in Hill for another run up the gut. Caps in field goal range, but we know their relationship with field goals. It's probably best if they don't try it. Now a little bubble screen. Godwin. He's met at the line of scrimmage. That doesn't go anywhere. As we near 3 minutes left in the third. It's very nearly the fourth already. And yep, Caps, they're coming alive. 2nd down. It's a run. But this one picks up 4. Some shoving after the run. They're down in 6 from the 30. Mahomes, Max Crosby, his 2nd sack. And this one, I would assume knocking him out of field goal range. If they attempt this one, it would be a 59-yarder. But the Caps line, it's just been turnstile after turnstile. This Thunderbirds defense is that their 7th sack, 8th sack, setting records. And now Caps, they punt it away, but that punt doesn't get very far. From the 42 to the 16. The Thunderbirds, 1:44 now left in the third. Defense giving this offense plenty of chances, so we'll see what Tannehill and the Birds can do with it. And now Najee Harris getting thrown forward at the end of that run for 9.5 yards. 2nd and inches coming up. Toronto only 82 passing yards. And Tannehill, little play action. There's Mike Evans, takes a hit, but hangs on for the catch. His 3rd catch. And we might be looking at one more play. In the end of the 3rd quarter, handoff. Najee Harris finds the hole and just bursts through the line. Great pickup and a first. 3 yards away from the century mark. And I think that's going to take us into the 4th. And it does. So we enter the 4th quarter all tied up, 10-10. Caps have the passing edge. Here we go. 4th quarter starts with a Najee Harris run. Picks up 1. So close to that 100 yards. Now Tannehill tapping the hip. Making adjustments, throwing to his left, and that's caught. Chase Claypool keeping his feet down in bounds and picking up the first, now in field goal range. So Thunderbirds with a slightly better kicker. So maybe they're in range, maybe not. It's been tough, and 8-yard pass is complete. So Thunderbirds now approaching the red zone. High formation. We got Mike Evans in the slot. And it's another handoff. Harris putting his head down, his shoulder down, and charging ahead. He gets his 100 yards on the day and the first. If it goes into overtime, please don't be the Niners. Oh, yeah, good point. Different rules for the overtime. And Tannehill looked like he might have been sacked, but he escapes the pressure, showing off the athleticism there. Pocket was closing in. Second down. Play action. Tannehill firing. He's got an open man. Foster Moreau has been the go-to guy all day, getting down to the 2. 5 for 97. The Foster Moreau Bowl. All right, here we go. Caps need a goal line stand. Thunderbirds need to power this one in. Handoff. Najee Harris trying to go off tackle. He is stuffed in the backfield, loses 1. And so now under 12 minutes to go in this game, Thunderbirds. They converted before. Pass from Kenny Hill to Juju. And now on 2nd and goal. Quick drop back. And a late breakup on that pass play. Looked like he had it, but the big hit jarred it loose. So 3rd and goal, things tighten up towards the goal line. Not a lot of room. Kick. But just like before, it's a chip in. No different than an extra point, and Sloman's got it. Thunderbirds 2 for 2 on kicks. Caps 0 for 2. No, I guess 1 for 3. All right, Toronto, they take back the lead, 13-10, 11 minutes to go. And after the return, the Caps start at the 22, 78 yards to go to either tie this thing up, get the lead. Lags are annoying. Oh, there's more lags. Shame. Caps. Incomplete on 1st down. Thunderbirds laying a big hit. And now Mahomes, play action. Brought down again. This time Sebastian Joseph Day gets his second sack. Just an incredible amount of sacks today. Unbelievable. The Thunderbirds are flocking. Wow. How many times have we seen this? Mahomes backed up, 3rd and long. Clean pocket there. And that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling going up and grabbing that one. So clutch catch for 23 yards. So just when you think they're backed up, they're out of it. Mahomes found his man one-on-one. And Horn with the big hit is usually the kind of hit that jars the ball loose. We've seen that 1,000 times. So here the Caps get their breathing room yet again. 9:40 left in the game. Handoff up the middle. Taysom Hill picks up 9.5. Little shove in the back. Gets him so close to the first down. And so Caps, they just need inches. Play action, Mahomes firing it deep downfield into coverage. Horn easily swats it away. There's been a couple of those where they've been in position to intercept it, but it's tough. I guess we're running all the way downfield. Now Mahomes, more play action. Throw some touch on this one. Net is caught down the sideline. Evan Ingram with the biggest catch of his game. He had a few little short routes earlier on 3rd down, but this one was huge. Best play of the day. That's what I mean to say. And now the Caps, 1st and 10 at the 10. So not 1st and goal, 1st and 10. So if they get to the inch line, they get a whole new set of downs. So 1st and 10's a handoff. Robinson with some room rushes down to the 4. More sacks the entire Oilers defense. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Gotta be. Now Mahomes throwing it off his back foot. Are you kidding me? Was that like a 360 pirouette and fires it across his body, across the field. And Godwin is there to secure the catch. Thought he was running. I thought he was going to run it into his left. But throws it back across his body. Godwin sliding and catching, and Caps take this lead. You can watch it as many times as you want. That play still doesn't make any sense, but the Caps deliver. 17-13, take the 4th quarter lead, their first lead of the game. Comes with just under 8 minutes left to play, and that's got to sting. Most of you want the Thunderbirds to win. Plenty of time left, of course. 57% say Thunderbirds. Yeah. So here they come. Najee Harris, he's over 100 yards rushing, so moving the ball on the ground. Let's see if they stick with it. Only down 4, so no reason to give up the run, really. Even though their first play is 5 wide. Tannehill in the gun. Throwing across the middle. Chase Claypool sighting. His second catch, I believe. Just under 7 minutes. Well, 6:30. And now Harris going nowhere. Second and 13 coming up. Is the stream doing okay? Tried to scare me and it said it was going to disconnect. Tannehill moving the ball, setting up a 3rd and manageable. Big 3rd and 5, empty backfield for Tannehill. 5 minutes to go in this one, and he is firing down the middle. Is that Foster Moreau? He's been the player of the day for the Thunderbirds. Clutch catch after clutch catch. He's got 115. And there he is, splits the defense right down the middle. Takes a huge hit by the safety, but they're driving. 44-yard line and 4:40 left to go in this game. And the Birds. And Tannehill, oh, he tries to get this one away, but he is sacked. Takes a big loss. 2nd and 17 coming up. 11 total sacks. Wow. That's got to be the most. Saved the most for the last game of the year. 4 minutes to go in this game. Running out of time. Tannehill. Clean pocket. Great throw. And who else? Foster Moreau. He's just open. Moreau has come alive. And now just 1 yard needed on 3rd down. And Harris, he gets it easily for his 105th yard. Running this clock down, about 3 minutes to go. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Tannehill in the backfield with Harris. In field goal range, but the field goal doesn't do us much good here. It's touchdown or nothing. So expect a 4th down, go for it moment. The Dan Campbell special. 2nd and 5. Last play before the 2 minutes, looks like. And Tannehill. We wanted Juju in a little drag route, but it's broken up. So I guess we'll get one more play before the 2 minutes. Moreau is 7-11, yeah. And Tannehill moving around. Feeling the heat, he throws it away. So we talked about this. Thunderbirds got to go for it, right? Tannehill having a rough go of it. 4th and 5 is a pass. Tannehill throwing downfield, and that's caught. They're going to hurry up offenses. Oh, that's 2-minute warning. Look at the same animation for a hurry up. Down to the 11, play action. Tannehill going for the end zone. Batted around. That ball was still alive on the receiver's hip when he was laying down. Chase Claypool, if he just kind of rolled over, maybe he would have caught that. But inches short, it looks like. They're calling it 4th and inches from the 1 yard line. This is as close as it gets. And here comes the booth review. They're going to see if he got in the end zone or just gets the 1st down. A lot of questions. Looked like he had toe down, knee down in bounds. 1, 2. Hard to tell if that's the 1st down marker. It is. So that gives the Thunderbirds a fresh set of downs, and they're milking this clock. 1:15 left to go. All 3 timeouts for both teams, and Tannehill firing over the middle. Oh, that pass is dropped. Chase Claypool had the game-winning touchdown. But that would have came back anyway. Holding on Ronnie Stanley. Your 94, 5 overall tackle, whoever. Oh, man. The play that almost was. But here Tannehill spreading the offense out. 1st and goal now from the 10. And Tannehill firing for the back of the end zone. Recaps in on that stop. Juju Smith-Schuster, even if he wanted that one, there was not a lot of room to come down with that ball. And so Tannehill, 5 wide. Oh, scrambled in the pocket. Throwing for the end zone. That is caught. That one goes to Juju Smith-Schuster. We got to see that one again. On the move, across his body. Not quite as crazy as Mahomes' throw, but more clutch. Fading away like a fading jump shot. And look at the Caps laying out, trying to break that one up and coming up mere inches short. And so Juju Smith-Schuster, this is a game of inches, and he got just enough that ball to fit through in the catch. And 20-17 now is our score. Thunderbirds strike with a minute to go. And now it's the Caps' turn. Under dire circumstances, 1 minute and all 3 timeouts. And let's see the chat. We got Juju MVP. Yeah, he's come up clutch. Between him and Foster Moreau, this Thunderbirds offense is being dragged to the finish line. And now here are the Caps on 1st down. Mahomes picks up just a little bit there, but a flag on the play, and it's in favor of the Caps. I know you guys are going to be mad. Face mask and tack on a free 15. Uh-oh. Penalty goes in favor of the Caps. And now Mahomes firing to his left. That's caught. And there goes that first timeout. And we have 48 seconds left. "45 seconds to go. I just hope and pray the stream holds out. I don't want it to crash in the last minute. Mahomes on 3rd and 2 finds Godwin. He hangs on. Oh my goodness. Another timeout. Caps are driving. They're in range. They could tie it up here. Mahomes firing across the middle again, and this time he goes to MVS. Marquez Valdez-Scantling hangs on. Not exactly known for his hands, but coming up clutch. Saving that last timeout. 20 seconds left. Mahomes firing end zone. And that one is caught. Olave hangs on, takes the hit, and the Caps drive right back downfield. They didn't even need that last timeout. What a turnaround. Starting with about 57, 58 seconds. And where did Olave come from? They just left him wide open. So with the extra point, we're looking at 24-20. 5 plays, 69 yards, and they moved the ball in just 38 seconds. Record time. And Thunderbirds, all 3 timeouts with 15 seconds. Throwing out, gets the ball out quick, and it's complete. Chase Claypool catches it in traffic, and so now we're left with one final play from the 50. He's got the arm. Everyone's got to go towards the end zone, and Tannehill, buying time, unleashes a bomb in the end zone. Evans had his hands on it, but it hits the turf. Incomplete. The Caps come back in the 4th and beat the Toronto Thunderbirds for the first ever WAFL championship. You can hear the ball hitting the hands of Mike Evans. An improbable Hail Mary there, but there's Mahomes and Tannehill hugging it out. Just like the comments, we can all hug it out in the end. Oh my God, I'll unsubscribe. Pass interference, yeah. You know, that's an interesting point. Interference, we've seen that on a lot of Hail Marys this year. The Caps, the 7th seeded Caps, they went on the road and upset the top seeds in their conference, and then the Thunderbirds. You guys said it. Mahomes is undeniable, inevitable. Always finds a way. I really thought Thunderbirds had this one. 8 sacks. Incredible game. W season, but unfortunate ending. Yeah, it's tough, you know, because only one team can win it. That crazy play. Shall we look at the stats? I got the stats pulled up. Let's put a pause in this. Let's go to the stat line. All right, all said and done. Mahomes. 89 49ers. Start season 2 ASAP. We need this bad taste out of our mouths. Yeah, we're going to jump right into the off season. Not too long. Oh, let me scroll up. I see some throwing up emojis. Oh, El Waffle Bowl. Yeah. Well, the interesting thing now is, like, who is going to come back next? Maybe they won't even make the playoffs. You never know how these things go. Tannehill, you might have said he blew it. 23 of 44. Was having a hard time completing a pass for a while. But 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So no one threw a pick. Najee Harris, 24 for 105. Running the ball well, 4.3 yards a carry. Even Robinson, 5 yards a carry. That's good stuff. Usually the running games are, maybe the extended quarters help, but usually the running game is not there at all. They get stuffed every play. 10 of 90. Godwin was the security blanket. But Foster Moreau, What a time to shine. His breakout performance in the biggest spotlight. The EA servers kept screwing up the whole weekend. Notice how that always helped out Patty Boy. Yeah, the one team we didn't want to win. I know. The Caps, hey, they got lucky. I mean, I don't want to say they got lucky, but obviously they're an amazing team. Smith Schuster, not a lot of yards, but red zone target, 2 touchdowns. Olave, 2 touchdowns. And here's the line. We gotta hone in on these linemen. This guy gave up 3 sacks, and so did Juwan Taylor. These guys would need to be replaced. Maybe you guys don't want them to be replaced because you guys hate the Caps. But Sam Williams. Oh, so here's the sack fest right here. Thunderbirds. If the Thunderbirds won, like which defensive player would you give it to? Because it was all defense. Joseph Day, Max Crosby. Maybe give it to him because he's the best guy. So final thoughts on the game is boo, we hate the Caps. No, Caps come back. So kind of a slow start, kind of reminded me of a real Super Bowl where it's like, yeah, slow start, 10-10 at the half, and then things really kicked up a notch towards the end there. Both teams drove down really fast. If you think about it, Tannehill, he didn't lose. Thunderbirds didn't lose, guys. They just ran out of time because Tannehill, he was driving, nearly completed that Hail Mary. He only had 15 seconds to work with. Thunderbirds next season, yeah, probably. If they bring this defense back. Yeah, I know. It's one of the weirdest things. Everyone kind of saw this train wreck happening. Like, oh no, the Caps got in week 17 or whatever. They're going to be dangerous. And they were. They upset the top seed. Season 2 Dreadnoughts. You know, Dreadnoughts is a good point. They are like the Lions from like a few years ago. They started off horrible, but then they really got hot late. They were the last team, the first team out. So if they were 8 seeds in the playoffs, they would have made it in. They were right on the cusp. Dublin. So yeah, one thing I think is safe to say is that like Condors, Dublin, those teams, they were loaded. I think they'll be back. I think that's not surprising anybody. The Elks, they'll be back. Their defense is just like the Thunderbirds. Yeah, another year of improvements for the Elks' young core. I can only imagine they'll be better. But yeah, this was just the first one. And of course, Mahomes, he's got the belt right now, but maybe someone can steal it away. Who knows? It's March 17th. I don't know when the new game comes out, but we'll have to hustle out season 2 to make sure we get it in before the new game. Maybe there'll be some new relocation teams. I don't know if we'll shake things up or not, but that's a long ways away. Foster balled out. Yeah, he did, Foster. See, we miss any comments? Well, everybody, let me end the poll. 106 votes. So more than half of you are disappointed. You wanted the Thunderbirds, but that's all right. End of summer, yeah. So we have one more season in us for the new game, and because then we got to check and see if there's new teams. I was thinking, because the first season it's not fair, but whoever finishes in last place in the next season, maybe we demote them, do the relegation system. Thanks for a great series. Well, thanks for watching. How many views? How many people showed up? Well, we got 100 plus votes, so that's good. That's right around where we are for the live streams. Sorry it went out a couple of times. That definitely sucks. When's draft and free agency? Gonna hop right on that, get that out. That'll be quick. Funny thing is, free agency, because I simmed past the, I don't know. I gotta submit. I know some people have been saying they don't sign free agents or whatever, but I think I got the settings just right. So the teams, I don't want to get too involved, but I think the teams are gonna make the moves and stuff. So we'll see how things shake up. I'm not expecting a ton of trades and stuff. I know they didn't trade during the regular season. It's just kind of a Madden thing. But carried me through the Eagles' real-life collapse. Oh, yeah. Eagles making some moves, though. Saquon, extending some of their linemen I saw there. The good thing about the Eagles is they're always down for a trade, something drastic, a good signing. At least they're entertaining. All right. All right, guys. I guess this is where we end season 1. This was a long one. Thanks for sticking through it. Desperado. Yes. One last shout out to the Desperados, who are the true underdogs this season. More than one occasion I kind of was like, this NFC South is terrible. Desperados are terrible. And then look what they did. Desperados winning the Super Bowl next year. I don't know. Desperados, they with Trey Lance, if they stick with Trey Lance, I don't know if I can trust them. He got hot for like 2 weeks, but my Huskies disappointed me as much as my Dolphins. Yeah, the Huskies. I like the Huskies. I like their frosty kind of light blue. That was cool. Looking forward to the offseason. Yeah. For the offseason, probably lump together draft, free agency, all that stuff. Show you guys the results. But any last questions before we end this thing? It's almost an hour and a half. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Nothing else? All right. Well, thank you guys for a good season. I'll chop up some of the highlights, put out another video that isn't, over an hour long, just in case you guys want to see the condensed version. I know the stream dropped out a few times, so I'll fix it up a little bit. That'll be another comment. As a Bengals fan and a Thunderbirds fan, I'm having flashbacks from a few years ago. Yeah, Thunderbirds. I don't know what it was about the Thunderbirds, but I just didn't believe in them. I guess it was Tannehill, because I saw, if you go back to week 1, Tannehill was just the worst. And 3 interceptions to start. That one game where they faced the Condors and Justin Fields got sacked 3 plays in a row. I was like, these Thunderbirds aren't making it far. I thought it was Mounties all the way. If you had to pick one NFC North team, that was all about the Mounties. But I don't know. The Caps, I don't know how a team that gives up 8 sacks pulls it out in the end, but they did it. They sure did it. So there's a moment when it went out. Let me see. Did I miss any comments? No, I guess that's it. All right. Defense carried us all year. Yeah. Defense wins championships, except the exception would be like Mahomes, I guess. Yeah, and I hope that the thumbnail isn't too spoilery, but it's just such an image. Look at that. Mike Evans in a crowd. All right, everybody. Caps are the world champions. That's one for the American side. International squads are going to have to beef up and come back next year. So thank you, everyone, for sticking around. It's been a good season, and let's go on to season number 2. The off-season awaits the draft, the ever-important draft. Each team has a first-round pick. I undid all the trades, so everyone gets a fair shot. So everyone's favorite team gets their own pick. Maybe we'll have a draft spectacular. We'll see. I'll figure out the live stream.